So, the long-anticipated debate on whether or not we were better off during apartheid, hosted by Trustco's Quinton van Rooyen, took place recently. I reported on how incensed many were about how he, of all people, could ask such a question. We spoke to rapper, poet, and activist Nikolai Tjongarero, who attended the event.
Well, of course, attending the function when I saw the poster, my initial thoughts were the audacity. When we went, started listening to people's comments on social media around the poster itself, the wording of the poster, the flags, everything that was in there, to then going to the event, it was kind of confusing. Confusing firstly because everybody knew he was doing something with a shock advertising type of angle. That I think goes without saying. So nobody knew what the event was about. Okay, you get your tickets. It's a free event, so anybody can go. So my thoughts were, okay, it's cavalier as well, to use something like this. What is the actual purpose? So we have to go and find out. Otherwise, it's other people telling us what's happening. And I did not want that for myself because I'm going off of opinions. And so I went. And the first thing I saw when I drove past to look for parking was the entrance inside the NTN. So that added fuel to my thinking from this is something that shouldn't be happening to this is outrageous. How can this be happening? Because as I arrived, they had just finished setting up, and you've got the steel sheets that are up, and you're going in for a tunnel. So your entrance is basically from steel sheets, and the one is for whites only, and the one's for non-whites. So this is the first thing I see when I drive past, and I'm like, now I'm angry. I called my mom immediately. I called my mom, I called my brother, I called my sister. I was like, just get some bail money ready, because I'm feeling let off. Because I don't even know what the event's about yet. But the perception I have is this is something that, wait, right? And from there, to speaking to people in front while we were waiting to go in, to the police arriving, there were 2 police vans that were stationed outside of the NTN. In case, I'm guessing, stuff got ruckus. You got searched moving into the NTN with the police, security, metal detectors. And, but okay, I was thinking maybe this is for more effect on whatever we're gonna go see. And that's where the problem also came. That's problem number 3. So for me, it was a thing of, you have us here, you get us here, and this was voiced by many people, and you could see this is because people came here angry. You can't have a title like "Were We Better Under Apartheid" in a Namibian context when we haven't even properly dealt with the implications of the questions around apartheid. To ask if it was better starts the conversation of better for who's asking if it was better, which is where he came with an answer of where this question actually came from. Neville Besson said it came from a black person on social media that actually asked this question. To me, that doesn't make it right to then go use this as a marketing campaign. Yes, I have an MBA, I've studied international business, but I know what shock advertising or shock marketing is, sensational marketing. But that's not something that this type of topic that you use to get people there who will be angry.
I asked Nikolai to share some of the most controversial moments during this presentation.
The first statement, which a lot of people took to task, and a lot of the comments had this incorporated in them, was the statement that Namibia inherited a debt-free country, basically. When we were no longer Southwest Africa and we became Namibia, we inherited a debt-free country. And people, understandably, were angry at that, because how do I owe a debt that I never went to go make the loan for? One person put it very, very, very nicely. They said, the previous government or regime, these loans and whatever they did at IMFs and whoever they had deals with was for the white populace in Namibia that was still seen as South African, right? They're just in Southwest Africa. Now, when I'm liberated from people that have oppressed me, or a regime that's oppressed me, sorry, then how do I how do you tell me, oh, by the way, your bonus is you don't owe any money to anybody? I'm already in debt. You just don't see it as debt. I have educational debt that I have to catch up to where to start a level playing field. And that's not to get into a BEE debate. That's to say that even in his, and rightly so, he did say that, of course, firstly, let me say, he said no. The answer is no, we weren't better under apartheid. Okay? That all of us, I would hope no. But he did say that there are economic ways, of course, this is what his point was, for us to move forward as Namibians. And I think he meant to say, using this slogan, he meant from that painful past that you're emotional at, you can move forward. I can understand that. I mean, we're not stupid. And this is why a lot of people are like, you're undermining our intelligence because you're asking us not to be emotional about an emotional thing. People lost people. People's parents died.
So the question remains, was the event worth attending?
I believe the question should be, should the event have happened? Has it changed anything positively since the event has happened? Because for me, if Quinton van Rooyen said, I am a billionaire, I got a lot of money, I have a Bentley, I got a massive house, I have what people think is success. Let me tell you how we're going to fix the economical situation in Namibia. That event would have been attended by people under the mindset of how to do this. You would have had economists there. You would have had, you know what I mean? You would have had people that would be able to add to the conversation and further it and have some substantial points at the end. But this is not what you have. You have a bunch of angry people that you want to sit down and listen to a presentation. As Namibians, we like to talk a lot on social media. We like to talk at each other a lot, but we don't discuss things enough. And even when we do discuss things, we have problems with the way that people communicate. My way of communicating and your way of communicating isn't necessarily the same, but doesn't mean that we have to be fighting. We can come to an understanding and say, okay, have your piece, let me have my piece, and let's continue in that fashion until we can try and come to a consensus. Because we could both be wrong.
Illustrator Dudley Vile's latest cartoon is up next in Dudley's Doodles.